Dependent sources can be of two types, voltage source and current source, and they can be said like current controlled current source or voltage controlled. So they can be either current controlled or voltage controlled. So basically these voltage sources can be of two types, current controlled voltage source or voltage controlled voltage source. Similarly, the current sources can be of two types, current controlled current source and then voltage controlled current source. So basically voltage sources can be controlled, the sources, these dependent sources can be controlled by a voltage across any two terminals, across a certain terminal, or current through a certain element. So let us we'll just draw a few of them. So the symbol goes something like this. For voltage source the symbol becomes like that, and for the current source the symbol, it's again same, plus minus for voltage source and arrow for current source, but depending on because they are voltage source the symbol is like that, it's rectangle but just it light. So basically this is a voltage source and then it is a current source, but it can depend on the voltage of a certain branch of a certain terminal or across certain terminal or current through a certain element. So it can be, let's say, alpha I S. So if I draw a circuit like that, let's say this is my circuit, and here I have a, let's say, one of them, a voltage source. So when I say maybe this current is IS and maybe this voltage here is VA. So this one, when I say alpha, that means this one's voltage is dependent on this current IS. So alpha IS, or it could be something else. It could be, let's use another term, let's use beta VA. Now alpha was just a constant, it can be a fraction, it can be any integer or a fraction, real number, doesn't matter, but it is a constant value. So beta is also as well. So this is just, so this is again a voltage, this is a voltage source, but the voltage depends on voltage of this terminal. So when this terminal's voltage increases or decreases, this voltage source voltage also increases or decreases. Similarly it could have been a current source. I will just draw like that. So if it were a current source, let's say it's a current source there going downwards, again it could be, let's say, gamma now, gamma IS, or it could be something else, maybe this current which is, let's say, IA. So it can be gamma IA or it can be gamma IS as well. It can as well be gamma IS, whatever, but it is dependent, the current is dependent on it, so it is now a current controlled current source. Similarly this thing can be dependent on a voltage of any branch, maybe this branch or this branch. So if I call this voltage VA, VS maybe, and maybe this is a V, whatever, maybe this is E, just for the sake of it. So basically this one can be, again let's call it lambda Vs. That means this current is dependent on this voltage, this Vs, or it could be Va. So in this case it is becoming Va. So this is now becoming voltage controlled current source. So basically there are four of them: voltage controlled current source, current controlled current source. These two are the current sources, dependent current sources. Similarly voltage controlled voltage source and current controlled voltage source. These are the voltage sources. That's how it is. So these are just the basic definition, but once we do a problem, an example problem, then it probably will be more clearer, so I will do one of them later.